Hey guys, welcome back. Today I am just sitting in my house. I'm drinking a Diet Coke with lemon and I'm answering your questions. So I had you guys send me some questions on Instagram and I'm just going to start answering those questions. I thought it would be kind of fun. We did this, I don't know, was it 6 months ago? I don't know how long ago we did it last time. So a whole new round of questions. I'm going to try to answer as many as I can and hopefully not repeat all the answers that I had last time, but some of them might be the same. If there's a new group of you out there, this is a new video and it will be the most up-to-date answers that I can give. Jordy996 asks, how long have you been shopping at thrift stores and when was your first ever time falling in love with a vintage piece? So I've been shopping in thrift stores probably since I was in college. I did a little bit in high school, but I just didn't have a ton of thrift stores around me. When I moved out to California from South Carolina, that is when I really started to thrift because there were so many thrift stores here. When was your first ever time falling in love with a vintage piece? It wasn't the best piece that I found, but I do remember when I was in high school, my family actually came out to California. We visited California and I remember we were in Laguna Beach and there was a thrift store there and I went and I was kind of really getting into that whole thing and I found an amazing pair of high-waist denim at this thrift store and I thought it was super cool and different from at least what I had seen, you know, back in my little town in South Carolina. So that was probably the first time that I fell in love with the piece, but I know I've found much better since then. Hippie Jane asks, what is the one that got away, that vintage piece that you regret not buying? There's a few recently that I'm so bummed. Like 3. I was at Savers and there was this vintage robe that was quilted and kind of had like that Asian quilted vibe to it. It was really long and it was a wraparound. It was a dark, I think like navy or plum color, it had florals on it and it was so amazing and I could imagine actually wearing it with jeans or something like that. And I didn't get it because I don't know, I think it was like 15 bucks and so I just didn't get it that day and I really wish now. I go back every time and think, oh, I should have gotten it. And then also 2 other jacket situations recently where one, I found this kind of suede leather white coat with this fur trim kind of all around the jacket, like on the arms and everywhere, and I didn't get it. Another thing was like one of those plush coats and it had this great collar detail and big buttons and it was like from the 70s, and another time I just didn't get it. Stacy Hack asks, how do you deal with the sheer mass of clothes that you accumulate? Do you also donate and sell your clothes, and if so, how do you evaluate what to let go of? I do donate a lot and sell a lot. I try to go through my closet probably every 3 months. I edit my closet. I do have a lot of clothes. If you go back to one of my videos, there's a closet tour and you can see my closet, which that really is majority of my clothes that you see in my closet. I do have a closet in the back of our house where I put some of my more special vintage dresses that I don't wear all the time, and then also I do put some of my seasonal pieces back there as well. But I really try to edit and I feel like I've gotten better recently. I mean, you would look at my closet and say you have a lot of clothes, but I've recently really started to let go of stuff that I've been holding on to for years and just saying, do I love this? Do I wear this? Does it fit me? And I get rid of it if it doesn't. Recently, I actually did this and I let go of a few of my vintage pieces that I've loved, that are beautiful, but they don't fit right anymore, or they just don't look right. So I got rid of them. Dana Boydek asks, tips on how to find the best thrift stores. Pretty much wherever I travel, I always look for the thrift stores. I mean, you kind of can't go wrong finding a large thrift store like a Savers or a Goodwill or Salvation Army or something like that. You're going to be able to find something good there. Some of the smaller towns that you go to might have more mom and pop thrift stores, and I really just say try them all. I mean, sometimes they're total duds and there's nothing in them. I really think most thrift stores you can kind of find something, and if they're duds, they're duds, but it's kind of still fun to take the day and shop around. Creme de la Creme asks, she's coming to California, and what are the 3 shops I must go to? She can't wait to go to Savers. So yes, definitely I would say Savers. If you go back and look at one of my old videos, I think they were called Style Up Your Day. I went to a place called Super Thrift, which is in La Habra, California. It is actually not a thrift store. It's more of a vintage store, kind of with a thrift store vibe, and the prices are amazing, and there's incredible peasant dresses and high-waist 70s pants and really kind of every era, and it's amazing, and it's in the middle of nowhere. It's so good. The other thing I would suggest is maybe going to one of the flea markets. So there's the Rose Bowl Flea Market or the Long Beach Flea Market. Those were the two that I would recommend, and they have a ton of vintage dealers and sellers there. And usually if you're here, you can hit one of the weekends where they are on. If you just search online, you can find the dates that they are. Jessica Van Meter asks, have you ever thought about doing a vintage shop online like Etsy? She'd love to buy some of my finds. Thank you. I love the idea of doing an online shop. I just honestly can't keep up with it. Maybe someday in the future. I've tried doing Etsy and eBay and all of it, but for me it just kind of is hard to do all the shipping and the details and the products and all that kind of stuff. But I will say, if you ever see me wear anything on Instagram or in my videos and you just love it and you might want it, feel free to send me a message and let me know what you'd want to buy it for, and I might sell it to you. So you never know. Over the Hill Vintage asks, what would your advice be for people who are just starting out a fashion blog or people who are interested in starting a fashion YouTube? She feels like there's so many people out there and it can be intimidating. It is such a saturated market now. When I started back like 10 years ago, you know, I was one of the original people doing it, so we didn't even have anything to go off of, and now there is a ton, so I totally get that. I would just say go for it and start creating content, and don't worry and look around you, but just really stick to you and who you are. If you build it, they will come. So instead of just thinking about it or wishing you could do it or being afraid to do it, I would just say do it. StyleRehab.com asks, she basically asks, how do I edit my videos and what software do I use? So I'm really basic. Right now I am still just using iMovie that is on your Apple computer on my laptop. I plan on stepping it up with Final Cut Pro, but haven't just taken the leap yet because right now it's just a matter of creating content, doing it consistently, and so I've just been using iMovie. I know how to use it. Eventually I plan on switching over and getting better at everything, but my whole mantra is like create content, and so I'm just gonna do that, and hopefully I'll get better and better and be using better software, but that's what I'm doing right now. M. Weber asks, how did you get your start in the fashion realm and what has your career path looked like? Gosh, that is a long question or a long answer for me. I started in 2007. I started a blog called The Vintage Society, and you can go back to my first Q&A if you want like the whole story. I think I went into it on there, but basically I started a blog because I was going to open a shop called The Vintage Society, and I didn't realize it, but I was getting in with the blogging world right before it became a big thing, and so it kind of rolled me into this whole other world that got created and you guys are a part of now. That took me in so many different directions. I did styling, I worked as an online fashion editor, I did personal styling, I've had my blog, and now I'm doing YouTube. The Sally Ann Club asks, would love to know what camera you use to shoot your videos and any tips on content creation. Who takes your beautiful photos? Thank you. I currently use a Sony A5100, and it is a very basic camera. It's really easy because I do a lot of my videos kind of vlog style where I want to take you guys quickly into an experience with me or take you shopping, that kind of stuff, and this camera is really nice and easy to hold. And can you see it right there? That is my camera. It's pretty price friendly, so I liked that. Eventually I'd like to upgrade and get a nicer, fancier camera that I can do some of the kind of more beautiful lookbook videos with and stuff like that, but for now, that's what I'm using. And she also asks any tip on content creation, and I honestly just say keep creating and being really consistent with your content. So I am always posting videos every single Thursday, and there are some weeks that I literally have filmed on Wednesday, edited, and posted, because I do always want to meet that deadline. The last part of the question says, who takes all your beautiful photos? Thank you so much. Actually, I take all of them, and I take them on this tripod right here, and I do them with my phone. I set up my phone and take photos of myself and what I'm wearing. It's hilarious and often awkward if somebody sees me do it, but whatever. Me at the library asks, will you be releasing Style It again? I love that question. That makes me so happy. If you've been following me for a long time, you know I put out a book called Style It, which here it is. I still have mine. And basically it's called My Daily Fashion Planner. It was a daily planner that you can plan your outfits and your week. You could put your seasonal inspiration in it. You could dream up your trends. You could plan out your months, and with that, kind of special events, shopping lists of things that you wanted to find, that kind of stuff. And I hope someday I will be re-releasing this to you. I honestly just kind of can't get on the ball with it right now. I'm just kind of trying to navigate everything. But yes, I hope that someday soon I will be releasing Stylet, and if I do, I will let you guys know. And then Sanrio13 asks, how do you suggest someone get started in the stylist business? I would honestly suggest a few things. One, if you can find anyone to assist and learn from, that would probably be the best. I know that not every town has a ton of stylists running around to assist, but if you live anywhere near a big city, there are stylists, and contact them if you can. See if you can come assist them on a shoot, or if they work with clients or whatever. Do some assisting and some interning if you can. I would also say just start creating content. So take some of your friends who you feel like could kind of be models for you, find a photographer, be the photographer, just create photo shoots and create work. I would say go ahead and use your social media to build that as a platform showing your work. Do your research, try to find some opportunities to assist, and then just create content. Julia H2328 asks, what is your profession? And she also asks, what did your parents think about your style? My profession is, I guess, influencer, blogger, / stylist, something like that. It's taken a lot of different forms all through these years, but currently, mainly the way that I work is as a stylist and an influencer. So I work with different brands or companies, and I work with them to create content for them on their platforms or through my platform. And then I also, of course, do YouTube. And then I'm also hired as a stylist to style shoots. So that is what I currently mainly do. What did your parents think about your style? They've always just kind of thought it was great. They just let me kind of be me and do my thing. And my mom always loved clothes too, so I feel like she kind of always encouraged it. And I never went through like a really weird, crazy phase that was like scary or anything like that. It just pretty much was always fun and playing dress up, and they've always thought it was fun. This next question is from Silver Dove, and she asks, where do you get your inspiration for your looks? And I kind of get it everywhere. I mean, I think sometimes it's a vintage piece that I just found and then I kind of build an outfit around it. Sometimes it's looking at Pinterest or magazines. Sometimes I get on a kick of like a character or a vibe that I'm really into. I feel like lately I'm kind of into the 80s and lots of different interpretations of that. So I definitely am inspired by the runways. I love to see what's kind of coming and then my own interpretation of it. El Lapella asks, do you also get stuck in the, is this outfit extremely cool or just too weird situation? And how do you get out of it? Yes, that's a good question. I think most of the time, when I'm creating an outfit, by the time I walk out the door, I feel like really good in it and I'm feeling it. There are definitely days where I am like, this is really strange or this is not working for me, and those days come. Daniela Florencia asks, how do you decide whether to wear a hat? Do you wear hats just on sunny days? No, I wear hats kind of whenever. I always have my hats out. I have them on one of my dressers. I have my favorite hats that I love to wear and they're out. So I feel like I build an outfit and then I might try a hat with it and see if it works, if it gives that extra little something to the outfit, or maybe it's too much and I take it off. So I feel like it's just always there. It's always an option, and sometimes it totally transforms the look and I love it. And then sometimes it just feels like it's too much and I don't want to worry about a hat that day. So I would say I always just have them out and I try them with the looks, and then I decide if I'm in hat mood that day or if I'm not. Rihanna Lazarine asks, what do you recommend for playing dress up in a traditional workplace, i.e. a suit and tie kind of place? I get this question a lot about workplace attire and how to still play dress up and have fun. And I think you still can. One of my inspirations back in the day used to be Ally McBeal, if you guys remember that show, which was the lawyers in Boston and the very button-up look. And I used to be into wearing a midi-length skirt and a button-down shirt with a blazer and all that kind of stuff. I think even take inspiration from like the workwear looks of the 80s or even the 70s, go with a high-waist trouser with wide legs and do a, secretary bow blouse with a blazer, or kind of go 80s and do the midi-length skirt with the, kind of the boxier blazer look. I don't know. I think you can still have fun and play dress up. Dancy Girl asks, do you love everything you wear, or do you piece together an outfit and think, meh, this will do? Also, what is your one go-to accessory if you are very time poor? Yes, there's definitely days that I'm like that, especially kind of the days where I'm, I don't know, just having a blah day, or I'm running around with my kids and I just throw on some of the basic things that I love to wear, like some of my Levi's and just a basic shirt, and maybe I'll throw on like a blazer or something like that. But yeah, definitely there are days that I kind of just go casual and I don't think about it. And honestly, lately that for me has been some of my kind of vintage dresses. I love the idea of throwing them on with sneakers or sandals and just running out the door. And then what is one of my go-to accessories? I feel like for me that is that scarf tie that I wear a lot. I feel like that is one of my go-tos. I just throw it on a lot of times with a button-down shirt and it just is that something extra cool. I have that black wide brim hat that I throw on, or the cream color wide brim hat. I feel like that's another one. And then lately I'm really into that red Asian inspired crossbody bag that I found at Savers a while ago. I've been throwing that on with everything and I just think it's super fun and it looks cool. So that's one of my go-tos. Hannah Hay asks, do you have a personal style no-go? I'm not exactly sure what you mean, but I'm interpreting it that certain things that just don't work for me and that I just don't wear. Honestly, for me, this is not always the case, but I don't really love wearing skinny jeans, which I know that's kind of what everybody wears. And I do like them and I have them, but I don't wear them a ton. I like things that show off my waist. I don't love like the skinny leg on me. Sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't, depending on the jeans. So I'd rather wear like a trouser or a 70s inspired jean or the Levi's look or whatever. I don't always love to wear skinny jeans. So that's kind of a no-go sometimes for me, though there are times that it totally works and I love it. She Wears Clothes asks, any tips on how to feel confident with your body when every fashion blogger basically are models? I often see an outfit that inspires me, but then I feel like on me it just looks boring or it doesn't fit. Do you ever get weird comments or weird looks on your outfits, and how do you deal with that? How are you so confident? Do you ever feel like you can't just wear t-shirt and jeans because people expect more? Goodness, there's a lot of questions there. Yeah, so I totally get that question. I think about being confident in just what you wear, I would say just kind of knowing your body, knowing what works on your body, and then knowing what you feel good about. When I was pregnant and even post-pregnant, I know I shouldn't necessarily be wearing like oversized clothes, but that's what made me feel good. I didn't like to accentuate everything. So I liked wearing kind of the more flowy and bohemian, and even if it wasn't the most flattering, that's what I felt good in. So I think it's about finding what you feel good in instead of just looking at what everybody else is wearing and thinking you have to interpret it your way. And then the question, do you ever get weird looks or comments about your outfits? And I don't get mean comments or anything like that, but I totally get comments, or I might get some funny looks, but I don't know. I kind of think it's funny, or I think it's fun. I'm from South Carolina, so whenever I go back home and visit my family, I definitely get looks there because I'm dressing way out of the box for the people back there. But I'm okay with that. I'm kind of fine being different, and I like that. So, and the question, do you ever feel like you can't wear jeans and a t-shirt? Yeah, I think there are days where I feel like I have to like play the role of the fashion blogger or whatever, but I think for the most part, I mean, I feel like I've kind of gotten to this phase where I don't care. And there are days that I'm literally wearing my workout clothes that I worked out in that morning and I'm gross and I'm just fine. And yeah, if I ran into somebody, I might be like, oh, whatever. But I don't know. I have so much fun playing dress up all the other days that I just feel like, oh, well, I can have my off day. And then Nikki G71 asks, what are your thoughts on different types of pant legs, length, and the shoe boots, etc. that suit them? I love cropped pants because I like showing off my shoes and even my ankle. So I like showing off the ankle of a boot. I like showing off even a flat. I like if I wear socks, you can see it. So I kind of go more towards the side of a cropped leg versus a longer pant leg. Even jeans, I'll cut off the bottoms. Pants, I'll cut off the bottoms. I'll sew them. I go towards cropped. Okay, I have more style questions, but I've got to hop to another subject before this video ends up being so long. There's a few questions about my Fit and Fabulous journey, so I want to answer a few of those.
What I want to know is, how's your Fit and Fab journey going? Now that you're at your goal, you look amazing, by the way. I'm wondering how it is to maintain and what you're doing differently, and like workout and eating wise, like what are you doing now to maintain?
So that comes from what Kate finds. Thank you for the video question. That was so fun. So on my Fit and Fab journey, I lost all the baby weight, which was yay, got there. And it's still just the process for me every day. I think just being my age, having had 2 babies, it is like an ongoing thing for me always. But just so you kind of know, basically I work out 4 times a week. That's kind of my like go-to every week, 4 times. Sometimes I get 5 in, but usually 4. So I am super committed to that. My eating is a whole nother thing. I'm always kind of struggling to like stay super healthy. I love food. I love having fun with food and parties and all that kind of stuff. So that is always like a reset thing for me. And I really like to just have balanced eating where I kind of eat everything, but just with portion control. So that's where it gets tricky because I don't always feel like having portion control, but that is what I try to do, is just portion control. I am planning on doing a kind of a detox clean eating thing coming up in June, which I'll let you guys know about. And that's just kickstarting through the summer, really cleaning out my system. It's 21 days. A friend of mine has set it up for me, and it's really strict kind of clean eating, but it just resets, and then I go back to just more of like a balanced type of eating. So that's kind of what I'm currently doing. Thanks for saying I look good. I kind of fluctuate here and there, but I feel like pretty good, working out, feel strong, and that's where I'm at with that. And then on that topic as well, Evelyn K asks, how do you stop cravings? What do you typically eat in a day? Cravings are so hard for me, especially around that late afternoon, early evening time. I just want to eat. I have kind of my go-to snacks that I love. Like I love carrots and hummus. I do that sometimes. I have protein bars that I like that I kind of will have as a snack. And typically kind of what I eat, I eat pretty good during the week, and then I let myself have a little freedom during the weekend. I try to kind of start off my morning with a protein, so I'll do eggs and maybe throw some veggies in there. And then I usually do like a healthy snack mid-morning. For lunch, I kind of have a rotation of lunch food that I do. So right now I'm kind of in this kick of like doing a wrap sandwich, which is like turkey and some hummus, lettuce, tomatoes. And then I throw it in with this lavash bread that I get at Trader Joe's. I do that, or I do like a tuna. Instead of mayonnaise, I do Greek yogurt. And then for dinners, I just kind of make different dinners. But I feel like usually there's a protein like a chicken or salmon or a steak or something like that. And then maybe quinoa, maybe some veggies with that. I'll do like a chicken bowl with like rice and chicken and kind of a Mexican take on that. So black beans, and throw in some Greek yogurt, some salsa, that kind of stuff. So it's kind of what I eat during the day, during the week. And then the weekends, that's another story. We go out, we have fun, and I don't worry too much during the weekends. I think that's all the questions that I'm going to get to today. Sorry I didn't get to everybody's question. I think I covered all the different topics of thrifting, personal style, styling advice, work, YouTube stuff, and Fit and Fabulous, a little bit of personal. And hopefully I covered enough of the questions that you guys felt like your question got answered along the way. So that is my Q&A for you guys today. I hope you enjoyed, and if you tuned in for the entire thing, I hope that was fun for you to hear everything and maybe get a little more in depth with my thoughts. My videos will continue to come out every single Thursday, so stay tuned for more videos, more what I wore, more lookbooks, more vlog style stuff. Let me know if there's any other types of videos that you guys would like to see, or if there's things that I've done in the past that you want to see more of. Any tips or questions or comments, leave them all below. I'd love to hear them. Hop over on my Instagram and follow me if you don't follow me there. I'm B Jones Style. You can get more just kind of every day what I'm wearing and where I'm shopping, that kind of stuff. It's all playing dress up and having fun. So always play dress up, and I'll see you guys later. Bye!